Brazil, what you didn't know about Brazil, the giant with 1,000 faces. Did you know that Brazil holds a secret so vast it spans an area larger than most countries? A living, breathing jungle that produces 20% of the world's oxygen? Welcome to Brazil, the giant of 1,000 faces, a land where mystery meets marvel, and every corner whispers a story. Picture this: golden beaches that stretch beyond the horizon, where the sun kisses the waves of Copacabana, towering waterfalls like Iguazu, roaring with raw power as mist rises into rainbows, and the Amazon, a green heartbeat pulsing with life, home to creatures and cultures found nowhere else on Earth. This isn't just a country. It's a symphony of colors, rhythms, and dreams, woven from the wild beauty of nature and the fiery spirit of its people. In this video, you're about to uncover what you never knew about Brazil. We'll dive into jaw-dropping curiosities, like why this nation dances to a beat all its own, and explore iconic landmarks that define its soul, from the Christ the Redeemer gazing over Rio to the colonial charm of Salvador. But that's not all. We'll reveal hidden treasures tucked away in forgotten corners, places that will leave you speechless and yearning to see more. This is Brazil Unfiltered, a giant that defies expectations, blending chaos and beauty into something truly unforgettable. So, get ready to embark on an epic journey through Brazil, a roller coaster of emotions, sights, and stories that will ignite your curiosity and steal your heart. Hit that play button, and let's discover the giant of 1,000 faces together. Here are 7 fascinating and little-known curiosities about Brazil, a country brimming with untold stories, quirky traditions, and remarkable achievements. From historical oddities to mysterious legends, mouth-watering cuisine, and groundbreaking innovations, these facts reveal the depth and diversity of the giant of 1,000 faces. Let's dive into these captivating details that even many Brazilians might not know. First, let's travel back to the 17th century, when Brazil briefly became a battleground for European powers in a lesser-known chapter of its colonial history, the Dutch invasion of the Northeast. Between 1630 and 1654, the Dutch West India Company seized control of a chunk of Brazil, including the vibrant city of Recife, aiming to turn it into a sugar-producing powerhouse called New Holland. They brought with them artists, scientists, and administrators, like the painter Frans Post and the governor Johan Moritz, who left behind stunning depictions of Brazilian landscapes and a surprisingly progressive approach to governance for the time. However, their rule didn't last. The Portuguese, with help from local resistance, expelled them after 2 decades of conflict. What's fascinating is that this episode left a subtle imprint on Brazilian culture, from traces of Dutch architecture in Pernambuco to the blending of European and indigenous influences in the region's art. It's a hidden slice of history that shows Brazil as a crossroads of global ambition long before it became a unified nation. Next, let's explore a tradition that might sound bizarre to outsiders, but is a cherished quirk in Brazil: the New Year's Eve color ritual. Every December 31st, millions of Brazilians flock to beaches like Copacabana, dressed head to toe in specific colors to attract luck for the year ahead. White is the most popular, symbolizing peace, but you'll also see splashes of yellow or gold for prosperity, red or pink for love, and green for health. This custom has roots in Afro-Brazilian religions like Candomblé, where offerings to the sea goddess Imanya, flowers tossed into the waves, are paired with these vibrant outfits. What makes it unusual is how it's transcended its spiritual origins to become a nationwide phenomenon, uniting people of all backgrounds in a dazzling, hopeful spectacle. Imagine the scene: fireworks bursting overhead, the ocean lapping at the shore, and a sea of people in white leaping over 7 waves for good fortune. A uniquely Brazilian way to welcome the future. Now, let's step into the realm of mystery with one of Brazil's most haunting legends: the tale of the headless mule. In rural areas, particularly in the southeast and northeast, people whisper about a fiery, decapitated mule that roams the countryside at night, its neck ablaze with flames. According to folklore, this creature is the cursed form of a woman who committed a grave sin, often said to be an affair with a priest. Condemned to transform every Thursday night, She gallops through villages, her eerie whinnies striking terror into anyone who hears them. Some say spotting the headless mule is an omen of misfortune, while others claim you can break her curse by drawing blood from her invisible head. This chilling story, rooted in colonial Catholic guilt and indigenous mysticism, lingers in Brazil's oral tradition, a reminder of how the supernatural still shapes its cultural imagination. Shifting gears to gastronomy, have you ever heard of Bardu? A dish so obscure it's barely known outside Parana State? This slow-cooked meat stew is a culinary relic from southern Brazil, prepared in a clay pot sealed with a dough lid, hence its name, which roughly translates to muddied. Traditionally, it's made with beef, bacon, and spices, layered meticulously and cooked over a wood fire for up to 18 hours until the meat practically melts. The sealing technique traps the flavors, creating a rich, tender dish served with rice, manioc flour, and banana slices. Barredo's origins are tied to Azorean immigrants who settled the region in the 18th century, and it was once a staple at carnival feasts, designed to sustain revelers through days of celebration. Today, it's a hidden gem, a testament to Brazil's regional diversity and its knack for turning simple ingredients into something extraordinary. For our fifth curiosity, let's uncover another historical gem: Brazil's role as a refuge for the Portuguese royal court. In 1808, as Napoleon's armies swept through Europe, King João VI and his entire court, some 15,000 nobles, officials, and servants, fled Lisbon and set sail for Rio de Janeiro. This wasn't just a temporary escape. They brought the royal treasury, libraries, and even a printing press, transforming Rio into the de facto capital of the Portuguese Empire. For 13 years, Brazil hosted this exiled monarchy, an unprecedented twist that elevated its status from colony to imperial seat. The court's presence spurred urban growth, introduced European refinements like theaters and botanical gardens, and paved the way for Brazil's independence in 1822. It's a quirky footnote in history. The only time a European empire was ruled from the Americas, all because of a French conqueror's ambition. Now, let's plunge into another eerie legend: the mystery of the Mapinguari, a creature said to stalk the Amazon rainforest. Described as a towering, one-eyed beast covered in matted fur, with a gaping mouth on its belly and a stench that can knock you out, the Mapinguari is a staple of indigenous lore among tribes like the Cariciana. Some say it's a protector of the forest, punishing those who overhunt or disrespect nature. Others believe it's the spirit of a shaman transformed into a monster. Cryptozoologists speculate it could be a surviving ground sloth, extinct for millennia, but preserved in tribal memory. Sightings persist, blurry tales from loggers and villagers, but no hard evidence has emerged. Whether myth or memory, the Mapinguari embodies the Amazon's wild, untamed soul, a shadowy enigma lurking in Brazil's green depths. Finally, let's spotlight an innovation that quietly changed lives: the Brazilian artificial heart. In 2000, inventor Arlindo Andrade, a mechanical engineer from Sao Paulo, unveiled a groundbreaking device, the world's cheapest artificial heart, weighing just 700 grams. Unlike other models that replace the natural heart, this one works alongside it, powered by an electric motor and connected via a small pump. It was a game-changer for patients awaiting transplants, offering a low-cost lifeline in a country where healthcare access can be uneven. Though it never achieved global fame, Andrade's creation reflects Brazil's ingenuity, a fusion of necessity and brilliance that echoes the nation's knack for solving big problems with bold ideas. These 7 curiosities, from Dutch invaders to fiery mules, sealed stews to jungle monsters, paint a picture of Brazil that's as vast and varied as its landscapes. They're threads in a tapestry of a nation that's endlessly surprising, where history, tradition, and imagination collide in the most unexpected ways. Which of these intrigues you most? Let's embark on an unforgettable journey through 7 iconic destinations in Brazil, where history, culture, and raw emotion weave together to create places that pulse with life. These aren't just spots on a map. They're living stories, each with its own heartbeat, waiting to pull you in. From cascading waterfalls to vibrant cities, here's a vivid exploration of Brazil's most legendary treasures. First stop, Iguazu Falls, a natural wonder straddling the border of Brazil and Argentina, where the earth itself seems to roar. Imagine standing on a wooden walkway, the air thick with mist, as 275 individual waterfalls thunder down cliffs up to 82 meters high, their white foam crashing into emerald pools below. The Guarani people called this place Big Water, and they weren't exaggerating. During peak flow, it's the world's largest waterfall system by volume. Formed millions of years ago by volcanic activity, Iguazu became a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its breathtaking scale and biodiversity. Think coatis scampering nearby and toucans flashing through the rainforest canopy. Visitors can take a boat ride right into the spray of the Devil's Throat, the most dramatic drop, feeling the raw power soak through their skin, or hike the trails for panoramic views that steal your breath. A quirky local event? The annual Full Moon Walk, where the falls glow silver under lunar light. A surreal, almost mystical experience. Have you ever felt the mist of Iguazu on your face? Tell me below. Next, we soar to Rio de Janeiro, the marvelous city, cradled between lush mountains and golden shores. Picture yourself on Copacabana Beach, the sun blazing, waves crashing, and the rhythmic beat of samba spilling from nearby kiosks. Atop Corcovado Mountain looms Christ the Redeemer, arms outstretched, a 38-meter icon of faith and resilience unveiled in 1931 after years of construction fueled by donations. Rio's history is a kaleidoscope, once the seat of a Portuguese empire, now a cultural cauldron where carnival explodes each year in a riot of sequins, sweat, and street parties. Stroll the mosaic sidewalks of Ipanema, climb the colorful cellar and steps, or ride the cable car to Sugarloaf Mountain as the city sprawls below in a dazzling sunset glow. Don't miss the lesser-known St. Christopher's Fair, a vibrant market celebrating northeastern culture with foro music and spicy acreage. Rio's magic is its chaos. Have you danced to its beat? Share your story. Now, let's plunge into the Amazon rainforest, Earth's green lung, sprawling across Brazil's north like an endless emerald sea. Picture a canoe gliding silently down the Rio Negro, the water black as ink from tannins, reflecting twisted trees where macaws screech overhead. This is the world's largest tropical rainforest, home to over 400 billion trees and 2.5 million insect species, a place the indigenous Munduraku call sacred. Historically, it's been both a lifeline and a mystery. Explorers like Francisco de Orellana vanished into its depths in the 1540s, chasing El Dorado. Today, you can sleep in a jungle lodge, trek to meet pink river dolphins, or fish for piranhas under a canopy alive with howler monkeys. A curious event, the Festival du Cerf, an altar du Chao, blending indigenous and Catholic traditions with dance and a mythical river procession. Standing here, you feel the planet breathing. Have you explored the Amazon? Let me know. Shifting south, we arrive at Salvador, Bahia, the soul of Afro-Brazilian culture. Imagine cobblestone streets in the Pelourinho district, painted in pastel hues, alive with the drumbeats of capoeira and the scent of palm oil sizzling in acreage stalls. Founded in 1549 as Brazil's first capital, Salvador was a hub of the slave trade, and its African roots run deep. Over 80% of its people trace their ancestry to the continent. The Church of Nosso Senhor do Bonfim, with its ribbons fluttering in hope, stands as a symbol of syncretism, blending Catholicism and Candomblé. Wander the historic center, a UNESCO site, or join the wild street parties of Carnival, where trios electricos, trucks blasting music, turn the city into a pulsing dance floor. A fun tidbit, the annual Lavagem do Bonfim sees locals washing church steps with flower-scented water, a ritual of renewal. Salvador's energy is electric. Have you felt it? Drop a comment. Further inland lies Brasilia, Brazil's futuristic capital, a city dreamed into existence. Picture wide avenues lined with Oscar Niemeyer's surreal architecture, the Cathedral of Brasilia, its glass crown piercing the sky, or the UFO-shaped National Museum glowing at dusk. Built from scratch in just 41 months and inaugurated in 1960, Brasilia was President Juscelino Kubitschek's bold vision to unify a sprawling nation, carved out of the red dirt Cerrado Plateau. It's a planned utopia, with residential superblocks and a layout resembling an airplane or butterfly, depending on who you ask. Visitors can tour the Palacio de Alvorada, kayak on Lake Paranoa, or catch the sunset at Ermita Don Bosco, where the sky ignites over the dome. A quirky event, the Divine Feast, a folk celebration with medieval roots, complete with costumed riders. Brasilia feels like stepping into tomorrow. Have you walked its streets? Tell me below. Heading northeast, we reach Fernando de Noronha, a paradise archipelago 350 kilometers off Brazil's coast. Imagine turquoise waters lapping volcanic cliffs, dolphins spinning in Baía dos Golfinhos, and beaches like Praia do Sancho, often dubbed the world's best. This was once a pirate hideout and a prison, but today it's a UNESCO-protected marine sanctuary where only 600 visitors are allowed daily. Snorkel among coral reefs teeming with sea turtles, surf the waves of Cacimba do Padre, or hike to Mirante dos Golfinhos for a sunrise that paints the Atlantic gold. A curious fact, the Turtle Festival celebrates turtle hatching season, with locals guiding hatchlings to the sea. Noronha is Brazil's untouched jewel. Have you swam in its waters? Share your experience. Lastly, let's climb to Ouro Preto, a colonial gem in Minas Gerais frozen in time. Picture steep, winding streets paved with stone, Baroque churches like São Francisco de Assis dripping in gold, and the echo of church bells over misty hills. Founded during the 18th century gold rush, Ouro Preto fueled Portugal's empire, its mines worked by enslaved Africans whose legacy lingers in every ornate facade. The revolutionary Tiradentes plotted independence here, a spark that still burns in its defiant spirit. Wander the historic center, sip cachaca in a local bar, or visit the Inconfidential Museum to feel the weight of history. A local oddity, the Holy Week processions, where streets fill with candlelit figures in haunting silence. Ouro Preto is a living painting. Have you stepped into its past? Let me know below. These 7 destinations: Iguaçu's roar, Rio's rhythm, the Amazon's pulse, Salvador's soul, Brasilia's vision, Noronha's serenity, and Ouro Preto's echoes showcase Brazil's boundless spirit. Each place invites you to feel, explore, and connect. So, tell me, which of these have you visited, and what's your story? Comment below. I can't wait to hear. Let's venture off the beaten path to uncover 7 hidden gems in Brazil. Lesser-known destinations like historic villages, natural reserves, regional markets, and unique traditions. These places offer sensory feasts and captivating stories, revealing a Brazil beyond the usual postcards. Picture yourself immersed in their sounds, scents, tastes, and textures, with a sprinkle of local lore to spark your curiosity. Here's a 12,000-character journey through Brazil's enchanting secrets. First, we arrive in Pirenópolis, a colonial jewel nestled in Goiás, surrounded by the Cerrado's rolling hills. As you wander its cobblestone streets, the clip-clop of horse hooves echoes alongside the chatter of artisans at work. The air carries the sweet aroma of gingerbread honey bread, wafting from tiny bakeries, mingling with the earthy scent of manioc flour sold at the local market. Taste the Goiano pie, a flaky pastry stuffed with chicken and garoba palm, its buttery crust crumbling in your mouth. Run your fingers along the cool, weathered stone of 18th century churches, their textures whispering tales of the gold rush. A local story lingers here. They say Dona Benta, an elderly resident, once had a stash of gold beneath her floorboards during a bandit raid in the 1800s, and her ghost still guards it, creaking the boards at night. Next, we drift to Alter do Chão, a riverside village in Para, dubbed the Caribbean of the Amazon. The gentle lapping of the Tapajos River fills your ears, punctuated by the squawks of macaws overhead. Breathe in the damp, green scent of the rainforest, laced with the faint smokiness of fish grilling over open fires. Try the roasted tambaqui, its flesh tender and smoky, paired with the tart cupuaca juice that tingles your tongue. The powdery white sand of Ilha do Amor, a seasonal beach, slips between your toes, soft as silk. A curious tale floats around. A fisherman named Joao claims he once saw a pink river dolphin transform into a woman under the full moon, serenading him with a haunting melody before vanishing into the water. Our journey takes us south to Moritz, a historic hamlet in Parana cradled by the Serra do March. The whistle of the vintage train from Curitiba hums through the misty air, blending with the rustle of Atlantic forest leaves. Inhale the rich, spicy aroma of Bardu, a slow-cooked beef stew sealed in clay pots, its savory steam rising as you break the dough lid. Spoon it up with banana slices, smooth and sweet against the meat's hearty depth, and feel the sticky manioc flour dust your fingertips. The damp moss on old stone bridges feels cool under your hand. Locals recount the legend of Maria Fumica, a ghostly train said to rumble through on foggy nights, its lantern glowing faintly. Some swear it's the spirit of a conductor lost in a derailment decades ago. Now, we climb to Ayuroca, a serene village in Minas Gerais Manticore Mountains. The crisp chirping of cicadas and the distant rush of waterfalls greet you, while the air smells of pine and wildflowers, sharpened by the chill of altitude. Sip a steaming country coffee, its roasted bitterness softened by rapadura sugar, and bite into a cheese bread, warm and chewy, with a salty tang. The rough bark of ancient trees in the nearby Serra do Papagaio Park brushes your palms as you hike. A quirky fact: Mr. Joe, a local farmer, once found a stone shaped like a perfect heart near Cachoeira dos Garcias. Villagers call it a gift from the forest spirits, and it's now a trail landmark. Heading north, we reach Icaraí of Amontada, a coastal hideaway in Serra. The roar of the Atlantic mingles with the whistle of trade winds bending palm fronds. The briny scent of the sea mixes with the coconut oil sizzling as vendors fry fried fish, its crispy skin bursting with salty freshness. Dip it in fiery Malagueta pepper sauce for a kick. Feel the coarse sand shift underfoot and the smooth shells scattered along deserted beaches. A local yarn spins around Dona Rosa, a kite surfer in her 70s who rides the waves like a teenager, claiming the wind spirits blessed her with eternal youth after she saved a stranded dolphin. Then, there's Nativity, a forgotten treasure in Tocantins, steeped in gold mining history. The soft tolling of church bells drifts through quiet streets, harmonizing with the clatter of looms weaving palm straw into hats. The dry, dusty air carries hints of sun-dried meat roasting, its chewy, sun-dried beef paired with creamy manioc puree that melts in your mouth. Trace your fingers over the uneven stonework of colonial homes, their cracks telling centuries of stories. A chilling tale persists. During the 1700s gold boom, a miner vanished with a fortune, leaving behind a cursed nugget. Some say his anguished cries echo from the old mines on moonless nights. Finally, we land in Artomi of Letters, a mystical village atop a quartz plateau in Minas Gerais. The wind howls through rocky outcrops, blending with the strum of guitars for bohemian gatherings. Inhale the herbal tang of mate tea and the smoky warmth of wood ovens baking wood stove pizza, its crust crisp and doughy. Run your hands over the smooth, cool quartz stones said to hum with energy. Locals swear they heal. A legend swirls here. A recluse named Chico Taquara once painted a cave with visions of angels after a fever dream, and hikers still seek his artwork, believing it holds cosmic secrets. These hidden corners of Brazil, Pirenópolis' golden past, Alter do Chau's riverine magic, Morit's misty charm, Ayuroca's mountain hush, Icaraí's wild coast, Natividade's dusty lore, and São Tomé's ethereal vibe, offer a sensory tapestry of sounds, smells, tastes, and touches. Each carries a story, a whisper from a resident, or a myth that lingers in the air. They're invitations to slow down, savor, and feel Brazil's soul in its quiet, unpolished edges. Which of these calls to you most? Let's spark a conversation and dive into Brazil's vibrant cultural quirks. Imagine you're planning your dream trip to Brazil. What experiences would you chase? Would you dance barefoot in the sand at a New Year's Eve beach party, wearing white for peace and leaping over 7 waves for luck? Or maybe you'd hike into the Amazon, listening to the jungle's heartbeat, hoping to spot a pink dolphin, How about savoring a steaming bowl of feijoada during a family-style Saturday lunch, surrounded by samba beats? Tell me in the comments, what Brazilian adventure lights up your imagination? Now, let's explore some curious customs that make Brazil so unique. Ever noticed how Brazilians greet with warmth? Think a firm handshake, a quick hug, or even two cheek kisses, 3 in some regions, like Minas Gerais. It's a dance of affection, but here's a tip. Don't pull away too fast, or you might seem cold. Then there's the Jeitinho Brasileiro, a playful knack for bending rules with charm, like sneaking an extra friend into a sold-out show with a wink and a smile. What do you think of this creative problem-solving? Have you seen it in action? Festivals here are wild and soulful. Take the Festa Junina, a June celebration of rural life. Picture bonfires crackling, kids in plaid and straw hats, and the air thick with the sweet scent of a corn pudding. Locals dance the goofy, theatrical square dance, often with a mock wedding where the groom's caught cheating. Hilarious chaos ensues. Have you ever joined a festival like this? Or would you dare to dance along? Share your thoughts below. Superstitions add spice too. Ever heard of knocking on wood 3 times to ward off bad luck? Brazilians do it with gusto, often saying it's tied up to banish evil vibes. And if you spill salt, toss a pinch over your left shoulder. Folks swear it keeps trouble away. Another oddity, never give someone a broom as a gift, or you'll sweep prosperity out of their life. What's a superstition you've encountered, or one you live by? I'd love to hear. Food customs get quirky too. In the Northeast, eating mango with your hands is an art. Juice dripping, fingers sticky. While in the South, chimarrão, a bittermate tea, is sipped from a shared gourd, passed in a circle like a ritual of trust. Which would you try first, the messy mango or the communal tea? And speaking of trust, at a Brazilian barbecue, don't dare cut the meat with a knife, tear it with your teeth, or you'll insult the grill master's skill. So, let's connect. What's your dream Brazilian moment? Have you hugged a stranger here, danced at a festa, or dodged a superstition? Maybe you've got a wild travel tale or a tradition from your own culture to share. Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. Let's keep this journey alive together. As our journey through Brazil comes to a close, take a moment to feel the heartbeat of this incredible land pulsing through you. We've danced across golden beaches and plunged into the misty roar of Iguaçu Falls, wandered the vibrant streets of Salvador and the quiet cobblestones of Piranópolis, tasted the smoky richness of Bardu and the wild freedom of the Amazon's rivers. From the fiery legends of the headless mule to the futuristic curves of Brasilia, Brazil has revealed itself as a giant of 1,000 faces, a tapestry of beauty, mystery, and soul. It's a country that doesn't just welcome you, it sweeps you into its embrace, leaving echoes of samba, jungle whispers, and warm smiles etched in your heart. This is more than a destination. It's a feeling, a story, a call to explore the boundless wonders of our world. Reflecting on this adventure, we've uncovered hidden villages, iconic wonders, and quirky traditions that showcase Brazil's endless diversity. It's a place where every step stirs your senses, every tale ignites your curiosity, and every encounter reminds you of the power of connection. So, what will your Brazilian story be? Wherever it takes you, let it inspire you to seek, to feel, to live boldly. If this journey moved you, if the colors, sounds, and spirit of Brazil spark something inside, then let's keep the adventure going. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss a new tale from this wild, beautiful world. Share your thoughts below. What touched you most? Together, let's keep exploring the giant of 1,000 faces and beyond.